Hello, my name is Dinesh Allirajah. I'm a short story writer and poet based in Liverpool. My work could be described as narratives of the unnoticed moment. My latest publication, most recent, is a short story, The Words to Tell Them, which is published in Volume 9, Number 2 issue of Moving Worlds, a journal of transcultural writing, published out of the University of Leeds School of English. It's a story of a father travelling home, walking home to tell his family the news of a critical illness, and when he gets to his house he fantasises about an awkward reconciliation after his death between his estranged daughter and his second wife. Issues that interest me include ideas about location and dislocation, and what happens at the edge of the crowd, what happens when people are forced to reconsider who they are and where they belong. And a writer who's most influenced me is Josef Skvorecky, the Czech writer, because his stories of girls and politics and jazz in Nazi and Soviet Czechoslovakia showed me that supposedly mundane things like how a note sounds, what a smile makes you feel, what something like the opportunity to play a bass saxophone could inspire you to do, can be mingled with larger, global, important issues. You whisper the names of these two women, Alice and Chan, your second wife and your daughter, each of whom has only ever been she and her to the other. You think about the word estrangement and how clever it was of the English to make it sound French. You remember how Joel Grey pronounced étranger in Cabaret, and you look for strangers in your living room. But you see the woman whose arches and curves and lines you could trace in the air with your finger. So accurately, people would walk up and shake the empty space by the hand. You look across to the woman whose broad nose and furrowed brow and mouth, always on the cusp of an argument or a withering punchline, are your own. She gazes at the box of badges, and it is with your eyes. She takes a small sip of coffee, but needs a large gulp to help it down, and your Adam's apple hums like the rim of a wine glass rubbed with a moist finger. The badges give a hushed rattle. Chan sees that her hands are vibrating and she tries to chase the tremors away with a swift, sharp flick. She sees that Alice too is stretching out her fingers, each hand taking its turn to massage the tips of the other, and she can see Alice's yellow band more clearly now on her left wrist. Chan's words then come out in a gasp. Her surprise that she's even making conversation is headline bold in her voice. Is that for cancer? She grabs her own wrist to mime the band. Alice flexes her wrist so the band hangs loosely, only in contact with the skin at her pulse point. No, she says, her voice slowing to a halt around the O. She examines the wristband as if this is the first time its presence has been brought to her attention. It's against cancer. There's a moment before Alice smiles. 20 years and another moment before Chan gives her a broad smile back. Alice takes that and places it in the storage chest from IKEA.